Hey all, and welcome back to Bayonetta 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Welcome to the Gates of Hell. Took us a while to get here. Hopefully, Rodan's put Jean on ice, otherwise it's going to be very awkward when she comes back to life.
Yeah, I mean, we're cutting it close here, but finally we have reached the Gates of Hell. The actual Gates of Hell, not the bar named after the Gates of Hell.
Okay. Rodon's the kind of guy who can get away with naming his bar after that type of thing, because he just murders every copyright holder who comes after him.
Oh, of course.
They're all demons, obviously.
I'm sure there's a couple of angels in there as well.
One of them's called Fair Use.
Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, no. Boom. Beautiful. And that's your lot.
So the last level was kind of just like a load of puzzles and whatnot, if you can even call them that. Is there anything more substantial in the second half of this romp?
Yes, there most definitely is, and it includes a pretty decent boss fight.
Cool.
Pretty decent amount of plot as well that's going to occur.
Me likey.
But as you can see, it's about the same length as Chapter 8. So, as you can see, they're very much two halves of the same whole. And it kind of does bring me back to that point of just put the two together, and then it creates... You're going through one full area, and it feels satisfying that you've achieved it. And it's sort of like... It would be comparable to Chapter 5 in the original Bayonetta, which was also a beast of a chapter.
And also, like... It's the run up to the Gates of Hell, it's kind of important.
You would feel okay with this being a longer chapter with more challenge in it, because it makes sense to do so.
Ooh, very cool.
But yes, obviously we've got to do another bit of encasement shattering. I think we've only got the one to do, because then, yeah, we're going to have nice big boss fight going on. But first we have a new enemy.
Oh, Bjorn.
This is the Gazer of Death, Malicious. So, Malicious, if I recall correctly, is basically the demon version of Enrapture, and so can provide buffs to its fellow demons, but also it is no slouch itself when it comes to attacking. But obviously I was just like, no, you are going to die right this instant, thank you very much.
Take out the wizard first, it's true in D&D, it's true here.
Take out the ranged enemies and the enemies that can boost or heal your enemies. It's how you get to victory.
We haven't really touched on it, but I love Bayo's method of destroying the barriers here. Because, the one in the overworld is just kind of blowing a kiss and destroying it, but here it's like a heart formation of bullets. Yeah,
it's a pretty epic destruction method. Definitely more badass than the... method. Yeah, that was a much easier Umbran Tears of Blood, wasn't it? It's just sat there, just let me pick it up. Thank you. If I recall correctly, this might be the only one of these that I'm going to fail the first time around, because as you can see, I buggered up that initial step. And I don't think I have time to bring it back. I'm going to get close, I think, or am I just gonna cheese it? Oh, yeah, no. I was just like, no, where is it? I was off.
I can no longer see the remembrance of time, Richard.
I know, it's a shame. Thankfully, we can just go look at the thing again, and they'll turn back up. But yeah, it was just that last one. I went to the wrong bit and didn't have time to fix it. I could have gotten it. I just got myself a little bit turned around because I buggered it up to begin with.
I think it was the camera messing with me more than anything.
Yeah, it's because I got slightly off on the camera. Then that one's a bit of an a little bit of a bugger because it's just in the middle of things. And then, yeah, because you're not moving necessarily as smoothly in Beast Within as you would do elsewhere, it can be a little bit finicky, but
right.
still, it's nothing insurmountable.
Can't recall, have you used many, if any, items in the game?
At this point, I don't think I have, actually.
Sure.
In part because whenever I play Bayonetta, I think it's been because of the original game and how that treated items, it's kind of been ingrained in me, don't do that. I think I did use some health lollipops in Chapter 1. Because I remember, obviously, we got really low in terms of the health there.
Ah, yes, yeah.
I think I did use it at that point. But since then, and obviously since my skills returned to me, no, I don't think I have, and I don't recall whether I will. Maybe in the end game, but even then, like, because it is obviously ingrained in me, don't use items, that is not how you win at this game, even though you totally can, and it is totally fine. Mentally, my brain just won't allow me to do it.
Kind of muscle memory at the end of the day.
Now, this is a pretty challenging Muspelheim, actually, because it can get very close on that timer. Like, I was just on the edge there of failing. I think I had a mini heart attack as I sort of got the final blow. I was just like, did I do it? And it was fine.
You got your pure platinum, you got your broken witch heart 4th, it's all good.
All worked out in the end, but I know that one took me a few tries as well, because just like, this is just mean, let me kill the bloody things!
No, we cannot do that.
Right, I think that's everything, so it's now time to go into the portal, back to Paradiso.
Try to keep up.
It's Horsey Man.
Yay! And we are going to just have a little bit of fun with him, because why not?
Why not indeed, Rich? It's Christmas.
It's the only way to bring in the new year is playing Bayonetta 2.
Yes, just beating up the minions of heaven, why not? Santa's not here. Maybe Santa is the opposing force in the third game.
Maybe, but also I feel like Bayonetta would be busy mates with Santa.
Probably, yeah.
Like, she is exactly that type of person who you just go, oh, I really want to meet Santa, and she's like, oh yes, I saw him the other day, we had a lovely cup of tea.
I just have the Power Rangers version of Santa from that one, like, trading card RPG or whatever on the brain. He is fucking yoked, it's amazing.
Yeah, I have to say, like, Buff Santa is kind of my favourite Santa now. Like, it's ridiculous.
But was that something you've been locked away? Because it took you a while to get the words out.
Yeah, no, it was just me trying to think of how to phrase it. But it's just like, you've got, obviously, Kurt Russell's Santa from the Christmas Chronicles. He was great. You've got Santa from Rise of the Guardians, also great. It just, when you make Santa a badass, it's awesome.
I think I watched Rise of the Guardians for the first time last year, but you've reminded me that I definitely need to watch it again, along with, like, Klaus and...
Klaus.
Oh, I cried. it was
Love
so,
Klaus.
It was so good. Muppets Christmas Carol, I usually save for the 25th.
That is fair. Also, an absolute classic. One of the things that I really kind of wanted to go see, but obviously I now have a dog and money because it's quite expensive, but they were doing Muppets Christmas Carol in concert. So basically playing the film with an orchestra playing the score live.
That's fantastic.
Just, oh, I really wanted to go see it, but yeah, 'twas not to be.
I guess we can spend a little bit of time, because fuck you, this is our playthrough, talking about, like, what our Christmas traditions are, what kind of stuff we like to watch, what we like to eat, and whatnot.
Well, I mean, my main Christmas tradition is the pantomime!
Yeah, buddy.
Specifically, it is the Nottingham Playhouse Panto, because me and my family have been to see it, well, at least I've seen it every year for the past, I think it's like 22, 23 years now. Bar one. I have only missed one since 1998. And that was my first year at university, and I severely regretted it, and I was just like, no, I need it back in my life. And we always used to go on Christmas Eve. We're going again this year on Christmas Eve because we had it booked before the pandemic hit, which is always like particularly magical because at the end everybody'd always sing "Go Come All Ye Faithful," and I am not a religious person in the slightest. But you get me on Christmas Eve, to that moment I'm just like, oh come all ye faithful, and so on and so forth.
Oh, you don't need to be religious to celebrate Christmas per se. It's
Exactly.
You know, I don't want to downplay the Christianity aspects of it, but you know, it's a lot about family, togetherness, you know, goodwill to all men, which I wouldn't even put down to necessarily. It may have been heavily influenced by religion, but you know, I feel it's alongside a lot of cruelness and malice, it's deep down in every human, and that's just kind of how I view things, really.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, ultimately, Christmas as a whole is a combination of the Christian belief in the birth of Jesus Christ and obviously his relation to God, but it is also the more pagan things of like Yuletide. I don't know whether Yuletide is like pagan or not, but it's those sorts of things of the winter solstice and so on, and they've all sort of merged into the single holiday that we call Christmas.
Indeed, where we celebrate Christ's Mass and hope he does not sit on us accidentally after a full Christmas dinner.
Be right back. This one's gonna be fun.
Oh, do love a good Christmas dinner.
Good segue. What do you have primarily on your Christmas dinner, mate?
So it's usually turkey, stuffing. Always have to have Yorkshire puds. Oh, love a good Yorkshire pudding.
Absolutely.
Mash, carrots, peas, roast potatoes,
I like you, Bayonetta. If I didn't,
gravy on everything. I said carrots.
I'm not sure, but you just did, so.
And then, oh yeah, sausage meat. Have that as well.
Interesting.
Then the rest of the family have parsnips. There are also Brussels sprouts on the table, but nah, I'm not a Brussels sprouts person. There was a period where I was okay with Brussels sprouts, but then I went off them.
For me, you got your turkey, you got your mash, you got your roasted cooked in goose fat because it's Christmas. You got your Aunt Bessie's Yorkshire puds, carrots. I'm not sure about parsnips and whatnot. You got your pigs in blankets, a few of those on there. Stuffing, applesauce, gravy, obviously, bit of pepper. What surprised me was peas. I don't really associate that with Christmas dinner, nor sausage meat, but you know, they're both delicious. So
I don't know why the sausage meat. I think it is technically still a Christmas thing. It's just obviously some families. I mean, obviously some families have goose rather than turkey.
Yeah.
Some I think just have like pork and stuff. It's just the way it rolls.
Yeah, I was talking to my mum like, what should we have on New Year's Day? And we got like pork, lamb, may just have turkey again, who knows?
I'm very intrigued as to how New Year is going to go for me, because obviously it's first New Year with my papa.
Oh, bless him.
And we're going to my aunties and uncles for New Year's Eve evening, and his bedtime's normally at 10 o'clock, so we'll see whether he's able to stay up or not, or whether I have to return home to allow him to go to bed.
There'll be fireworks regardless, so keep an eye on him, yeah?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, thankfully, bonfire night, I was just like, oh god, how is he going to be? Because he's the type of dog that doesn't like really loud noises if they're close to him.
Uh-huh.
He was absolutely fine. unless it was within like a couple of houses proximity with the fireworks. Other than that, he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to go chill out in the garden. There's bangs going off everywhere in the distance, but they're not near me, so it's fine.
We'll get back to Christmas stuff in a little bit, but before this lad meets his maker, tell us a little bit, Rich.
Yes, so this is the Golem. I believe that the way that it's referred to is that this is effectively the original design for the Golems, and then the Golems that we faced in the original Bayonetta were designed based off of these.
Right.
I think is the logic. It's either that way or the other way around. I can't remember specifically. But these guys are definitely harder than the original Golems because they just attack more aggressively. And obviously the transformations are based on the new demons that we have throughout this game. But the climax is still exactly the same.
I was gonna say, I thought I was like feeling a bit of deja vu there, but very nice.
And that's how we do the final hit to open the gates of hell.
Yeah, it took a little bit more damage than I would have liked there, but you gave us a good show regardless, Rich.
Yeah, I'm not the best at the Golem fights.
You're probably the only person on the planet who says go to hell and means take me there. I suppose you're right.
You fucking scrappy do. Why are you here? Oh wait, because you're absolutely necessary to move throughout this realm.
Basically, yes.
Dark and full of terrors. No place to be alone. What are you on about, love? You should be happy I helped you this long. Now I have to get to Thimbleventer. No, you will stay right here.
Mama Bayonetta coming in to just be like, no, you are my child right now, therefore I am responsible for your well-being.
I guess.
After we finish my business.
Obviously, began to appear throughout the original Bayonetta with Cereza.
I'm out of here.
Because initially she was just like, ugh, children. But then by the end of the game she was just like, no, Cereza is my baby, even though obviously Cereza is her.
Okay?
But she, like, Bayonetta would die for little Cereza. So she's got a soft spot for looking after little ones. By this point, Loki has become her little one to protect.
Oh, Snuggy Man is finally here!
Yes, our technical big bad for Bayonetta 2.
What a fucking loser.
He's no Father Boulder, let's put it that way.
Ironic. I'll say no more. As you probably, well, Loki should have been able to guess, the masked Lumen's target was him all along.
I'm the one you've been trying to kill this whole time?
I am who you shall face. You will return what is right for
Here we go with our first fight
never have lost.
against...
The eye.
Well, I don't think he's actually been given a name yet, even though it's quite clear who he is. But I believe right now he's just called the Prophet.
Okay.
Mercy, sovereign one. The sins you have forgotten are timeless.
God. I'm feeling a bit of deja vu with Doctor Who, you know?
My face.
Yes, the less said about Doctor Who Flux, the better. That was a disappointing series that started off with promise and had a couple of good episodes, but was just a mess of a finale. And the sooner we get Russell T Davies back, the better, please.
Yeah, for sure. The New Year's special looks interesting, but it's just that. It's interesting looking.
Yeah, and it's still Chris Chibnall, and it's still going to probably be a mess. I've basically just gone, I'm just sticking Doctor Who out until it's through and Russell T Davies is back. And then if it should get picked back up and it should be great again. But if not, then that's probably going to be me just going, you know what, that's time for me.
Indeed, indeed. So, Prophet, kind of like Mario. What's his deal?
So he's going to be using a lot of fists from mid-air. He's an interesting fight because even though I'm not doing a very good job of showing it, he is actually a really easy boss to get the timing down on his attacks to get into witch time. It just, as I said, I'm doing a terrible job of showing it. because of the way that he attacks with his fists, you sort of get more of a sight of when he's about to do a move and what move he's about to do. I think by this point I'm just going, oh, I'm tired. I want to get just through this. Also, you know, it'd been a long time since I had fought him, and I was going, oh yes, it's easy to spot and figure out the things, but also it's slightly weird timing, so if you're not on the ball, you are going to get caught out by it.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
We are going to have a couple of run-ins with Prophet and boss fights of his ilk. Probably the best way of putting it.
I would hope so, given like we're halfway through the game.
I know. A little bit of that was a really poor thing of that, but I tried.
Sorry, you just reminded me of when Patrick Seitz showed up as Dio in the dub for part 3, and he went Muda, 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 Muda. It was just funny, really, because he said useless in part 1, so why not just do that?
My guess is that whoever did the scripting for it, they realised, oh, people really missed the muda muda muda, and so decided to put it in. But it's like, but you set a precedent, and now you've made it weird.
Oh well.
I say as someone, you know, who has not watched any JoJo, probably should, considering, you know, how much you guys love it.
Yep.
But, you know, I'm a busy man. I have lots to look at and watch and play.
That started responsible and became less so as the words tumbled out of your mouth.
Well, of course. I mean, I've also got, you know, that second book to try and write. It's been a few years since the last one now. I need to get moving.
Godspeed, but this man likes his lasers.
He does indeed. We beat the boss fight, but we got our asses absolutely handed to us in the cutscene afterwards.
Yeah, it's a trope that I think we all dislike, really.
Is that the limit of your power? Did you never open your eyes to your true potential?
Oh, if only this led into a devil trigger moment.
I know, that would have been awesome. But no, the devil trigger's coming in Bayonetta 3 with the butterfly form.
That's a good one for Video Advisor, by the way.
If you will not listen, then you will see. See a power beyond time.
Again, I'm Doctor Who Flux. I'm just getting flashbacks here.
Maybe that's why the Prophet is not as cool of a bad guy as Father Boulder was, and just the original game had in terms of its villain approach. Because he's from the same realm of bullcrap as the villains in Doctor Who Flux.
I thought you said he was going to written by Chris Chibnall.
If only, then I could have really just got shredded him, but I can't quite do that.
Kind of miss this dude.
Probably see a little bit more of Fortitudo again.
This war is not your doing.
No, it is not. I was deceived. Deceived by the light.
Bit soon for the reveal, but obviously
Please be still.
Masked Gleaming Sage,
I will save
actually Boulder.
Whoa!
I know, what a surprise.
Kind of do that already, but
It was one of those things. It's not like they kept it hidden, but also, I know at least when I first played the game, I was kind of going, is he? Would they actually do that? Yes, they did. And I am totally on board with it.
so who does the eyes belong to, per se?
Yes, well, obviously, one eye belonged to Boulder, and the other belonged to Bayonetta.
Rosa.
But yes, it looks very much there like a certain Loki murdered Rosa, Bayonetta's mother.
Years since I last saw you,
So you can see why Balder
but I can't
was a little bit pissed off.
Just a smidge, yeah.
the present you gave me. Symbol of our love. Your face will be the last thing I see. Thank you.
Rosa, Rosa, please. Don't speak. I will save you.
And there he is, trying to use his Lumen Sage powers to heal her, but it's not enough.
Take care of Cereza. Watch over her. See to it no harm comes to her.
Kind of failing in that
Time
department.
comes.
Yeah, he didn't do the best of jobs on that one.
I think he just misinterpreted that as have sick boss fights with her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally down with that, and I'm totally fine with that, because, I mean, it led to an amazing boss fight, and one of my favourite boss finishers of all time.
Interesting.
So yes, that's what happened all those years ago.
How did I forget that?
What was that?
A vision of truth.
How did you forget it, or how did she forget it?
How did she forget it? Sorry, I was role-playing as Bayonetta, though.
You see, I just needed to clarify.
Left eye, do you not?
I don't know whether she necessarily did forget it, but then obviously she did have amnesia for like 500 years.
Yeah,
so...
true. I always forget that plot point.
See
Because she has it so together.
of darkness.
I think that we need to get out of this situation right now. And thankfully Loki has come to our rescue by opening the gates of hell.
Well, good exclamation mark, Loki.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we wanted in the end anyway, so just not exactly how we planned to go about it.
That's how it's written, by the way, not spoken.
Let's go!
Whee! I'm coming too.
Yep, he's just like, you are not getting away from me that easily.
That was unexpected.
What a bitch.
But no bother. The return of the eyes is simply a matter of time.
Just stop talking about time, Prophet. Like, we've had this. We're not impressed with Doctor Who right now.
Oh, Jesus. Wonder what the crossover is between Bayonetta fans and Doctor Who fans.
I don't know. And yes, there's the gold.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a cool ass trophy. It's just, yeah, it was that silver and too many golds. Oh well.
Too many gold. See you next time for more Bayo, guys. Bye-bye.